Hello, viewers. It's good to have you join me on another edition of Jenny O Talks. My name is Jenny O, and we have so much lined up for you today. And I really can't wait to share all of that with you on the show. So, today on Jenny O Talks, we're going to be talking about people staying with their parents, people who are above 30, or under 30, who are staying with their parents, who stay with their parents just to save up to buy a place or rent a place. In this part of the world, some people would prefer to stay and stay a little bit longer with their parents just so they can add up and make some more money. And instead of having to go rent a place, they buy their own homes. So do you think it's a good idea? But in Nigeria, I remember Kiss Daniel sang a song. He said, at 35 and you're staying with your parents, why buy it? So when you when you stay with your parents and you're not even taking up any responsibility, obviously you're eating their food, you're not paying bills, you're not doing anything, and you feel like you're privileged and you can get anything you want. Do you think that kind of takes that respect from you? Do you feel like you're sort of belittled if you stay, with your parents under 30? Sometimes I feel like it's good to go out there and face the world, When you're faced with challenges, you tend to sit up, you tend to, you bounce up, you become stronger. I feel like pressure kind of makes you stronger. So if you're at your parents' place under 30 or even above 30, feeling comfortable, eating their food and just saying, okay, I'm not going anywhere, I'm enjoying what I'm having here, all these privileges I'm enjoying, I'm not going. And you stay there for so long, do you think you probably would tend not to have respect from friends, or maybe if you're dating someone, they think you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of someone else? What do you think? That's what we're talking about. So the question is, do you think it's a worthy idea to live with your parents, under 30, well, let's say 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, you're staying with your parents just because you want to save up to rent a place? People tend to take advantage of that. Okay, that's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to leave you a little bit to ponder about this, and I'll be right back. So now, rising rents and increasing cost of living tend to chew into a lot of people's savings. And with the way things are going, especially in Nigeria, the alarming cost of things, the high increase in almost everything, it's becoming very scary to even stay in your own place, let alone take up a lot of responsibilities. So when you do have, for those that have parents that can actually take care of them and take up some of those little bills, they would not mind staying under that roof just so they can, have their own personal money to do other things. But also, I think it also portends some sort of I feel like there's some sort of disadvantage to that, because you don't really have access to that privacy. I know a lot of people, I know someone, I actually have someone who stays with his aunt. He just moved into Canada, stays with his aunt and, trying to get his feet, going, but he's not getting that much access to things. Like, he wants to invite friends over, he wants to do a lot of things, but he can't. He feels like he's limited, because if he's bringing someone to the house, they're going to be asking, okay, they might not even ask you, but you're not going to feel comfortable, especially knowing that it's not your house, So at a point, he decided, okay, I'm going to go get my place. He was trying to save up, so he can get a home instead of going to rent a place. But he realized that he wasn't getting much privacy. People like that privacy, especially when you want to run your own things. So you don't want anybody questioning your movements, asking you where you've been. I know for some people, the idea of having to, remain not like a child, but without responsibility is so sweet. Like, when you go out and face the world, you be like, I remember that popular song that was like, adults na scam, Honestly, when you're faced with the realities of life and you see different things that are hauled at you, you get shaken a bit. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit tough right now in Nigeria, and people are looking for any way possible to get someone to take up that problem or that responsibility off their shoulders. And if it's the idea of having a parent or an uncle or a family or anyone that they can even just stay in their house. For example, they have a house, they have a boys' quarter, they can help them pay half part of the bill. They don't mind anything to save them from, saddling too much responsibility. But this particular topic is a bit different from that, because it's about you, a grown adult staying at your parents' place even after your 30 years. Well, are you ready to start your life? Are you ready to do something meaningful with yourself? Or do you feel like when it's time, I will move, and when is it actually going to be the right time? So I think sometimes you just have to sit down and reflect. Better face it, and then you then know how to tackle so many other challenges that might come your way. So I feel like it's better to just get out, pace life. I know a lot of people that left their homes when they were like 16, 15, and they're very successful. Like, I've heard a lot of celebrities who've shared some of their stories, and they'll tell you they left their house when they were like, they're 15, they were 13. They had to go, hustle to make it. It was tough, but they had to go out there and just find a way for themselves. And today they are big stars. But I know that if they decided to just relax and, stay at the comfort, and that's if there's even comfort, if they had decided to stay at the comfort of their parents or their friends or family member, they wouldn't really achieve what they probably would have achieved now. So you see those ones that are always like very, dogged and very, very determined to just make any means possible to survive and make it and succeed, are those ones that actually succeed. Not those ones that actually get very comfortable and relax at the comfort of your family members or friends. So please, if you're above 30 and you're still with your parents, have a rethink. I know you're enjoying all the home benefit. I don't know what the benefit is again. Is it the food? You can get food outside. You can make money. But I know it's tough, but I feel like you have that decision to make. I can't make that decision for you. And Kisane also told you, like, at 35, your parents' place, bye. So you know the deal. All right, have a think on this topic, and I'm going to read a few comments from some people in a bit. My name is Jenny O, and you're watching Jenny O Talks. Okay, welcome back. This is Jenny O Talks, and you have been watching your girl Jenny O, keeping it real right here with you. So if you're just joining in, we're talking about the whole idea of people staying with their parents when they're above 30. Do you think it's a worthy idea to stay with your parents? But when you think about the cost of feeding, the cost of rent, the cost of the high increase in almost everything, that idea is not really a bad one, no, even though you'll be deprived of some things too. Okay, so quick one. I'm going to share a story. I'm sure some of us follow that story when it actually trended, of a guy who came to Canada. Well, Canada, yeah. He came to Canada. I'm not sure, either Canada or the UK. So he came and he stays here, rather. He stays in Canada, and he invited, or he tried to help someone. I think a family member spoke to him about some of his brother that he should accommodate him, just for some months or something. And the guy was willing to help, and he accommodated this guy, the said guy, hoping that after a while the guy would get on his feet and start a job and probably get a place of his own, just to help. It's not bad to extend a helping hand. And this guy did it out of the goodness of his heart. He traveled, or he went on a trip, I don't know, somewhere, and he just came back only for him to see this new guy has brought a babe to the house. A babe, like, you have not, how many days? I think it wasn't even up to 2 days. Oh, 2 days, you see? It wasn't even up to 2 days that this guy, it's not even that he came in, he already brought a babe. So, you see. So, I think it's a bit dicey. Not just family members, even friends. When you're invited to stay in the person's house, and then you take advantage of the benefits of being in that environment. So, you have to think about a lot of things. If you have to stay with someone, think about even your parents too. You stay too long, you overstay your welcome. They will tell you to leave. If don't reach, they go. Find somewhere and do something with your life, because they're also getting old and they're expecting things from you, to take care of them, to spoil them. And then you're there in their house eating their food, and oh gosh. So please, you're almost gonna feel like a menace, or you're gonna be extremely stressful to them. So I feel like at some point, when you're at a certain age, you have to just grow up and get out and go hustle and make something for yourself. If not, you really never would know where you would gonna get to or how far you're gonna how far or how far you're gonna get to before I start to stutter, So you're really never gonna know until you try. I think it's just gonna be very good to just give it a try. Go out there, go and hustle. Stop eating your parents' money and give them money too. They have invested a lot in you, so it's also time for them to reap, So it doesn't just apply to parents, also friends. Like, you think it's a worthy idea, but I know in some cases, like I know in Toronto, in Canada, people share, apartments. Like they share. It even got to the point where people have to share beds. See that case, if they're both contributing, like if you're like A and B is contributing, or let's say Amos and Michael, they're both contributing and they're putting money to the rent, yeah, I think you can manage. Yeah, if you can tolerate, whatever comes with living with someone else, fine, just to save money. That one is different. Not a case of you living with someone and you're not even putting anything on the table. What are you putting on the table? What are you offering? So I feel like in that kind of situation, if it's with a friend and you're contributing to that person's rents and helping out, I don't think it's a bad idea. But if you're staying with your parents and you're not doing anything, you're not adding anything, you're of no value to them, just living in their house, So go out there. I think it's a good idea to go out there. Don't stay when it's 30 is enough. I think 30 is even too much safe. Okay, so it's time to call it a day. I mean, I had so much fun bringing this to you out in the snow, in the cold. Hey, but when you love what you do, it doesn't really. I'm gonna run inside very soon. I'm like, it's cold. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna do this again with you pretty soon. My name is Jenny O, and a big shout out to Henry, who's behind the camera making this happen. Shout out to you, yeah. So guys, join me again next time pretty soon for another edition of Jenny O Talks. And stay good, stay trendy, and stay out of trouble. And please manage the whole stress. I know there's a lot of pressure right now in Nigeria, but we're hoping. Just try and keep your head out of trouble and survive. It will get better. Bye.